Hello everyone, my name is Meghan LeVota. I am an ENFJ, and I just wanted to tell you something about some personality theory for all of you personality enthusiasts out there, and that is to inform you that Carl Jung himself was wrong. In his book Psychological Types, Carl Jung himself said that he formerly believed that extroversion was correlated with feeling and that thinking was correlated with introversion. And as he was defining extroversion as an objective thing, he talks about how extroverts tend to define themselves based on the objects and the objective data around them, and they live their life in more alignment with the objective data around them, whereas introverts, the objective data around them doesn't influence them to the same extent, where introverts care more about the relation between them and the object versus the actual objects defining them. So, as he first started to understand what extroversion and introversion was, and as well the functions, feeling, thinking, sensing, intuition, he initially assumed that those were correlated until he realized that he was wrong, until he realized that thinking, feeling, sensing, and intuition can all be in either an extroverted or an introverted orientation. We know that now. And I just want to remind everybody that Carl Jung was doing this work in the 30s, and he, over time, doing his work and his research, realized that he was wrong. And I want to know how many of us in the personality community are willing to realize when we were wrong. How many of us are willing to do that versus how many of us are still quoting things that were said as fact in the 30s? If Carl Jung was still alive today, if he was like some mega human who was still thinking about type and just like alive for over 100 years, I think that he would still be constantly evolving what his opinion is. I think that he would be realizing more and more things. I think he would have eventually come to terms with the 16 types and really embedded all of his other work in there. But he's not here. So who's going to do that thinking for him? Who's going to do it? Because if we are too busy quoting Carl Jung and saying that that's fact, or even quoting Myers-Briggs and saying that that's fact, you know, I have mad respect, whether or not I agree or disagree with anybody who has built their own system based off of this. Mad respect for anybody who has taken the time to filter through that and say, you know, I think this is right, I think that this is wrong. And I hope that for those of you who have built your own system, that you are willing to know when you're wrong, once you come across an idea that maybe you are wrong. And my last point I'd like to say in this video is, how did Carl Jung decide he was wrong? Well, for one, he was a psychoanalyst. And he said that his psychological experience in talking with people helped him realize that he was wrong. So here's another thing, personality community. How many people are you talking to? I have said this time and time again on my channel. You guys know this about me, for those of you who have been following me. It's not enough to read the theories. You have to interact with people. You have to experience the theories. You have to talk to people. You have to get people to, if you want the sort of person, if you're not an ENF or a extrovert or a feeler, or even if you want to correlate that with FE, and you don't know a lot of people, you don't talk to a lot of people, join my Facebook group, Personality Typology for Self-Growth. Start asking questions in there. That's linked below. If you don't like talking to people, I mean, let's look at Dave's superpowers. Shout out to Dave. He is an INTJ, and he is a sleep first person, which means in his system, NITI sort of loop, some might say. I don't think they call it a loop. Refer to them. Dave is a more introverted person, so what did he do? Go on YouTube and watch people. Like, watch them. So I'm not even saying that you have to be a person you're not, or like go out there and make friends. Do you. Like, I don't care how you do it, but you have to actually engage with real people in order to explore these ideas and understand these ideas. Reading a book and taking it as fact, or even just like trying to apply it to the 5 people you know, isn't actually going to cut it, in my opinion. And I think that if those of us who really want to understand personality, you're really passionate about it, we also have to realize that the way that human nature was, our psyche in the 30s is different now. We have technology, we have the internet, we have different systems. The reason I say technology is because technology is a way for our brains to sort of lean on something external as we make more room to expand. For example, with Google, I don't have to keep all of these facts in my head to remember for later, because I can just look them up whenever. There's so many technological advancements that have freed up our capabilities to think, that I think change the way that humans act. And I think that I can see the way that humans are evolving now, and that perhaps we don't act the same as we did then. So think about that. Allow yourself to evolve, allow your ideas to evolve, and allow your own psychological experience to increase so that you can get more information about people. So as Carl Jung calls extroversion objective data, I think that that's honestly what I'm skilled at as an extroverted feeling person first, is that the emotional data, the people data, those are the things that I can't stop taking a look at. And I think there needs to be more FE in the personality community. And your definitions, your TE definitions, it has its place, but you need more people. You need more people feedback to engage those ideas with in order to know what you're talking about. So if you're into this sort of stuff and you want to hear my take, I am going to be launching some type descriptions and a bunch of stuff soon. So please subscribe. I've got links below, and thank you. Have a wonderful rest of your day.